Hey guys, hey, welcome. What's up? We are here with part 3. I was meditating. I'm getting here that I'm gonna pull the cards further because I feel like this is kind of a, for some of you, it's a big deal. I see someone here just sort of like approaching you with some kind of really just crazy, some idea, some plan. It just doesn't make sense at all for someone like you, especially. It could even be a fraud, something fraudy. Let's get into it and see what's what. A little bit further. This is part 3. I just see someone like coming at you with some so-called like opportunity. Maybe they even like sign on some opportunity for you. I'm hearing that as well. Some of you, this is something legal. It's like, someone, be aware, please, if you're going to sign any contract. We have several chords here going on, if you know what I mean. We have several planets retro. Some of you, this is also someone who you're dealing with, and I think you know who this is, and it's just like their advice always is off. I don't know what that is for everybody, but let's back it up. I'm hearing the letter C. Or maybe this person is like touting to be some sort of like guru. Someone here calls themselves, I'm hearing Cleo, Cleo's house. I don't know what is that. I'm hearing something about Cleo. I'm hearing something like the Cleo house, or the one and only Cleo house. I don't know. So, yeah, we're, there's no one and only, right? I mean, we're all here working with a bloodline, so if someone is going to claim something, there's no, yeah, it's not the one thing, okay? Yeah, I hear it like this, I don't know. Maybe someone here is pretending to know something and they don't know it. That could be a metaphor. That could be a metaphor. It's like, it's kind of like impossible for one person to have the answer, like, the best of New York. It's like, come on. I mean, that's like sounding so close-minded, like, the best of New York. It's like, that's saying that nobody has the opportunity to ever ascend and maybe do better than you want. 2, it's like, also, it's kind of like giving off the impression that, you know, you cannot learn a thing or two from others. Yeah, right, we're sort of saying that. And then also it's like saying that you, as if you already have met everybody, you know how good everyone is. It's like, come on. I mean, this is closed-minded. It's something very closed-minded. I don't know, maybe you feel this way. I don't know. This is maybe not like literally like that name, but it can be something that gives you a very similar vibe, if you know what I'm saying. Let's just clear the energy. Let's back it up. Yeah. It's like, maybe this is like someone who's like the one and only. It's like, I'm hearing something with the in the beginning, okay, of the name. Okay, it's like, why do we need to claim it? If it's the case, you don't need to tell someone. If you are, if you're the president, does Biden wear a shirt saying, I'm president? No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that. So it's like, we don't need to say that if that's really the case, right? This is a message for someone. Maybe it's like you can see that someone maybe doesn't have the answer. Maybe it's a metaphor. Like, they're flexing a little too much. They're saying, oh no, I know for certain this is the right thing. It's like, come on, I'm seeing a German Shepherd. It's kind of like they don't want maybe to like even like put doubt in your mind. There's a very big difference between marketing though and like being able to deliver, and I feel this person is trying to really market something to you, but it's not really what it is. And it's like, if you're so confident, it's like the type of thing where it's like they're desperate to get you in the front door. It's like, are you not selling the timeshares or what? Okay, let's get further. I don't care if this is yeah, wow, it's very you know, controversial. It's like, well, yeah, so it's gonna be controversial because some people are controversial. You're already controversial. Telling someone that you're the one and only, I'm hearing something princess, I don't know. I mean, why? Why do you, yeah, we don't need to do that if you really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's controversial because it's not the truth. I'm hearing that as well for some. Or it's not accurate. It's not reliable even. It's like, then people won't trust you. I hear like, I don't know. So anyways, let's just clear the energy. I don't know. This is a very particular message. Maybe you're thinking of names for a business. I don't know. This is not my space to tell anybody what to do. You know, when something is right, it's right. I thought of Alchemy and you in 3 seconds, literally. I knew that was what I wanted to call it. Boom. I came up with that in 3. Yeah, so this is something when something is guided and it's right. Yeah, so maybe you're even hearing someone's pitch. It's like, how'd you come up with this company? It's like, maybe it's too strategic even. It's like, well, yeah, this and that. It's like, what? Okay, well, why don't you just like, yeah. Let us think about it and we'll get back to you. And it's like, well, by the way, we have another pamphlet if you need another like explanation of why we exist and why we're the best thing at it. I don't know. It's just like, if it really is the case, like, yeah, let's wake up as well. I mean, you're not going to be desperate for me, okay, to tell you, yeah. When I'm done as well. Are you done? I feel like this company, something is even a bit, yeah, it's like, are you done with the pen? Like, we got to make sure you don't steal it. It's like, but then we're signing on the dotted line for $400,000. It's like, something doesn't add up. So, are you okay? I'm hearing that even, like, some of you need to question. Maybe this is something you've been involved in, you gotta get out. Now, some of you, this is a schooling system, and I'm seeing somebody here as a bully. I see you want to have none of that. Some of you don't like the schooling system, the kids in the school, the bullies, okay, yeah. So you're just like, I want to get out of this. I see a school bus right there. This is definitely a message for somebody. This is your message, okay? It is time to maybe pull your kids out of that school system and move them to another school system. I'm hearing something about the county. You know, I see a lot of people going, you know, look at the, you know, maybe the records, I don't know. I've never put a child in school. But look at, yeah, I've never technically put a child in school. Watch the records of the school. Maybe, you know, how many people are going to a juvenile hall after that? I don't know what that's about for everybody. Love and light. I'm not saying, I don't know about this, but that's what I'm hearing from spirit. You maybe want to, listen, this is what I'm hearing. So, you know, where are the children? Like, what are the, yeah, is this going to be a good place for your child? Something about trombone. Maybe this person likes to play music. Maybe your child likes to play music. You know, what do they enjoy? You know, it's like maybe you want to make sure that they're going to have, you know, access to those things. Otherwise, they're going to try to compensate and they're going to find something else. You know, it's like when a kid has a lot of energy, okay, when a dog, Isaac has a lot of energy, he has to get it out somehow, right? And so if we don't let him get it out this way, he's going to get it out anyway. So this is something, you know, identify what your child is really maybe passionate about. Everybody has a passion, and make sure that, yeah, ensure that there is an outlet for that. Okay, so yeah, this is very important. 10 of Cups here coming through. This is about your community, your school community. I just got a notification from the DC Twitter about children. So follow your hunch. Sometimes a dark angel energy, you know? It's like, they go want to get my child out of this, like, school system. Then it's like, you never know. Maybe, you know, months down the line, you hear of some crazy, just follow your hunch, right? It's like, yeah, energetically. Is it already kind of strange? Like, the teachers are weird, the children are being mean to your child. It's like, maybe it's time, you know, that could be your sign. Like, it's time to get out of that school system for some. And please, you guys, if you have any insights as to that, those of you who are homeschooling your children, feel free to comment in the chat. Okay, because maybe someone here is, I mean, I would think, how do you do that? How do you start with that? You know, where do you, so if anybody does know, if they have any tips and you've made that jump, can you please share in the chat or the comments if you feel guided, of course. Maybe someone here is looking for that. Maybe they're asking, can you please? So Chariot here, leading out of the Page of Swords. Let's go for them. 3 of Wands. Yeah, I see it as a question of placing your child, you know, maybe you want to place them in some program. Yeah, so it's like, but I'm hearing Ian, I-A-N, Ian. It can even be like a daycare for children, or a dog for children. A dog for children. Okay, maybe you're looking into a dog, or maybe it's like a dog at daycare, for example. Okay, you want to make sure that this is really going to, you know, suit the needs of your child as well. Every child is different. There's no cookie cutter. Sun here, 9 of Swords in reverse, and it's about clicking with this space, right? Meet the teachers. Like, what is the vibe you got? Every school has its so-called personality and its vibe. So, yeah, look if you feel guided. Now, I feel someone here, you know, it's either that someone is, you already have an issue with someone and you already know what's going on, or this is like a space, it's an environment, and it's something that you're just, yeah, you already like are at your last straw. You know, this is something that, you know, somebody else wants this person though somewhere, but it's like the reason it's so goddamn selfish. I'm going to make an example. Let's say that you're dating someone. It may be that, you know, you want to put your child in this other school because it's going to be able to tend to his needs better, or her needs, or their needs better. And then it's like, you know, your husband or your wife is like, no, it's like, I need to make sure I can go shopping. It's like this, so the school's nearby here. I don't know, something like this. Okay, or I need to be next to the bar, and this is the nightclub scene. It's like, you gotta make sure that, yeah, let's clear it. Your children come first. I hear this again. I'm hearing some, yeah. So you got a spirit guide here. Something about a grandparent. Maybe you don't want the grandparents raising the children. Something maybe going on sideways in the household. I'm not sure. For everybody, you want to, yeah. So you got to look into this. Some of you may be thinking of taking off downtime to raise your children. Okay, on your own. I see that 8 of Pentacles. To be kind of really focused on that. The 10 of Coins. Some of you thinking maybe you want to start a home-based business with the 8 of Coins to really be able to, you know, do what you need to do. Because I feel some of you not feeling comfortable with, you know, your child. And think of it. Maybe you'll be able to find some sort of, you know, why not? Some sort of position online. Okay, or, you know, some kind of entrepreneurial gig, right? Yeah, that you can do from home. Okay, so maybe you're like, anyways, it's like, yeah, I'm not really feeling where I'm at, so it's like, I can kind of, yeah, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We have the 4 of Wands, Queen of Cups. Okay, King of Pentacles. So some of you, I feel like this is a little bit tricky for some, because there is like, there are different aspects of this, and maybe someone here is financially invested more than another person, or there's, I don't know for everybody what that means, but some of you may even be famous, and your child is like, you want to put them in a special, I'm even near in daycare, but then it's like, you don't want them dealing with like weird nonsense, you know. It's almost like, I feel like you're wondering, how can I give my child a normal upbringing? Okay, because maybe they are, yeah, maybe you are well known, Empress, King. Now some of you, there are multiple parties. This is maybe kind of tricky. There's multiple parties here. Some of you, it may be, you know, the child is being raised by 2 women instead of a masculine, or the masculine and 2 women. I'm not sure what that's about. Empress here with the Queen of Cups and the King of Coins. Like, I'm not sure for everybody what this is about. Could be something about a surrogate. But anyways, the Empress, and that's not going to be for everybody, or for many people. Queen of Cups here with the Empress and the King of Coins. I'm getting the feeling that someone here is, there's multiple parties. I just get that, though, like, someone is not going to even be involved. It's like, well, I'm not going to even be showing up, so why am I, like, making a decision? You know, it's like, yeah, why is the King of Coins making a decision on where the children are going to school? It's like, sure, they're paying for it, but, like, you are the one who, and also knows your child, I feel, very well. I'm hearing Neil here very strongly. You're the one who really knows your child, or however, your grandson, your granddaughter, like, yeah, you're intimate. I don't know. Maybe you guys are divorced? I don't know. Anyways, I see two women. The Empress and the Queen of Cups, or it's like you feel comfortable, more comfortable with, maybe you want to homeschool with someone, maybe you want an in-home teacher even, it can be. Okay, it's like the teacher comes to your home, I'm seeing that. Interesting, it can be, and so maybe you really, yeah, you click with this person, but then it's like the King of Coins, I don't know, there's something, I don't know for everybody. I'm hearing Nathaniel. Now we have the 2 of Wands in reverse. I feel like the child has very particular interests. I'm seeing a pretzel here, a baked pretzel. I see the child has very particular interests. It's like, you don't want to lose that, right? I mean, maybe they really enjoy, like, certain things. I hear that again, and I see that they're very actually gifted with that, with the trombone. I see something about the trombone, you know, and they really enjoy that, and so you don't want to take that away from them. I'm seeing something about soccer. I'm seeing something about, I see, gloves for boxing, or something, you know, there's something that, yeah, and they're doing very well, and so you're just thinking, like, is this gonna be built, you know, kind of like challenging the momentum, but hey, I mean, anything, right, is going to be stimulating. So, you know, if we were to change some, you know, the environment, let's say for the child, there may be something that would actually benefit them, right? Challenging the environment. Sometimes, you know, children get very bored in school because there's not enough stimulation, and there's a little bit too much, like, okay, this is school and we understand how it goes. You know, so they may actually really be very thrilled to be in a different sort of environment here. A different environment where, you know, this is kind of atypical, but, like, they need to sort of make it their own, if that makes sense. So, you know, it's kind of like, you know, it would be an interesting story, okay, when they're older. I even hear that. So this is very interesting, take it as well, but this is a general video, and I mean, this is not my situation, but, like, maybe for some of you, this is something that you are really thinking about, you're considering different aspects here. Yeah, some of you, this person could be an Aries. We have an Aries sun. I see you're an Aries child. And this person, you know, they're very talented. It's like you want to just make sure that they're going to feel fulfilled, and they're going to get yeah, so let's go. I mean, this is, yeah, it's hard to have a child. This is a lot of work. But you got to make sure it's like you are sort of like, you know, yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, this is what it comes down to. When we have children, it's like, I'm saying it like I have children, but, when we have children, no, guys, I mean, I'm very connected to this concept here, and growing up, really, I mean, this is something I'm very passionate about, and eventually I want to speak to this. Because I feel like it's really important to address children. But anyways, for some, when we have children, it's really like, it is about a matter of, let's say that, it's like going to a restaurant. Okay, the waiter, the waitress is like, well, they are kind of there for you. Wow, it just started pouring raining. Good thing we got our walk out of the way right before it started just hailing there. Maybe also weather is a factor. Maybe you want to be in a place where, hey, maybe you want to move to Hawaii, so that maybe your kid can take some surfing lessons even. I'm seeing that 10 of Cups. Think outside the box maybe here, and because there are different things, like, sometimes we just get into this rut, like, oh no, it has to be this way or that way, or, so yeah, they have to go to this kind of school, or charter school, or this, private school, or then it's like, think outside the box. Maybe they can get all their needs met, okay? Maybe somewhere more, I don't know, for you have to really see it, okay? So let's think about, their activity levels. Maybe someone here really, really enjoys, so let's go. Now for some, it's like, but when about children, it's like, it's really about sort of understanding your child as well, and understanding, it's about sort of placing them. It's kind of like you're a counselor, but you are more than that, I mean, obviously. And the beauty is that you are also their mother or their son-in-law. I'm hearing that. Oh, interesting. So, okay, yeah, there's different factors here. Maybe you are raising somebody with someone, and so you both have perspectives, and you may have really, really, really great sort of insight on what would be. But then there's this other factor I see with the King of Coins. It's like, there's something that is where you have to get out of a contract. For some of you, there's a question of a relationship. Relationship. Someone here wants to work with you on this, though, but then it's like, okay, now first I'm getting different messages. For some of you, there's a financial situation. Maybe someone wants to work with you, and then you're like, that's not going to work because I got to place my child in this program, which is over here, and then I'm not going to be able to work with you there. I see someone here is like very focused on you with the King of Coins or something like that. Two of Cups and the Devil. It's like you got to prioritize your children is what I'm feeling you're feeling. That's what I'm getting that you're feeling. Some of you, this has to do with some kind of city that you're very interested in moving to as well. Yeah. Now, someone I feel maybe has this, like, lofty expectation even. Maybe, like, for example, like, this person wants to run away with you even kind of vibe. It's like, no, I have a child. Like, I need to take care of my child. And, like, this is very important. I'm here in New England. King of Coins. It's like, come on, darling, let's go to Vegas. It's like, no, I need to do I gotta do you gotta do my daughter's homework with her, okay? I'm here like this. Okay. So this is a very clear message. Queen of Coins. I don't feel this person is, like, trying to pull you out of this, but it's kind of like it's not flowing. It's like either I'm hanging out with Teddy or I'm hanging out with the teddy bear with my daughter. It's like something like this, give or take. Either, so it's give and take. The Lovers here with the Hierophant. Maybe you are helping someone raise their child. It can also be the Hierophant and Lovers. Yeah, I feel like there's something. Either there's someone you're not feeling comfortable with, they may be a little older, you don't want to leave your child with this person, or I feel like, like we said in part 2, you know yourself, and you know your child, and you know how they are, and it's like, I don't want to leave them with them. I mean, I can only imagine. It's like, shit. It's like, it's nerve-wracking. It's like, I don't want to leave my children with some, because you don't know who they are. I don't know. Like, bye. Okay, it's the question of, like, why am I even leaving my child? Let's go and stay on the roof. I don't know. This is how I would imagine, in this day and age, especially with these kooksters, it's like, we're not living in the tribes and the forests. It's like, we're living in this civilized, so-called civilized, right? City life, especially. And there's all kinds of drama, and, at a certain point, it's like, can I even trust my family? So this is, especially with the energetic. So some of you, you want to kind of protect, I see someone here even, and it's like, I want to make sure that, I keep seeing something about music, okay? Some of you, maybe you feel like someone's bullying this person, or you feel like this person doesn't encourage them to be their full self, and it's like, you don't want to leave them with them. I don't know how to explain this, for everybody, but, this person can be a very, very successful musician one day. But you just want to make sure, look at the environment. you know, of maybe where you're thinking of placing them. It can even be like an after-school program. You know, you really want to just kind of look maybe at reports. You know, is there a history of, you know, kids getting into drugs here or there? You want to maybe look into that, because, you know, I feel like they're a very creative person, and I just, there's the potential for them to kind of start, wanting to be with the cool kids, kind of, you know, that's what we want to avoid. Keep them very busy and fulfilled and stimulated, right? Okay, I feel like I'm turning into like a, I don't know, Dr. Phil, but like, for children. It's like mini version. Yeah, interesting. Okay, let's get further. So maybe though there's someone very particular that you either do want to, okay, there are two people. One person you feel comfortable leaving your child with, maybe, the other person maybe not so much. Okay, one person you feel more comfortable with, the other person no. Okay, when you said vegetable, I read that as Veggie Tales. We used to watch that when we were younger. Yeah, but then there are so many factors. Then there's the athletics. You want to make sure they're getting enough physical activity. Then there's the other factors like, you know, food, mental stimulation, you know, and like having Isaac, I'm like, damn, it's so many different factors, right? And it's good. It's important. You know, when you have a curious child who's full of life and energy, and they're very, you know, it's lovely, and they're, you know, very, very creative. But what is the Play-Doh that they're working with? 6 of Cups, you know, and does it sort of, have different dimensional attributes to it, or are they getting kind of bored, or will they get bored or monotonous? So, anyways, let's go. Some of you, your child will, I see, be like a really famous musician. I mean, this is for some. It's free will. This is how everyone does their shadow work, but this is how maybe you feel. It's like, this person needs a proper, like, learning environment, though, that's going to integrate that passion and not make them, like, feel like it's not primary. Because for some of you, I feel like maybe you're thinking of, or they were in some school system, okay, where it was, like art, they didn't prioritize art. It was kind of maybe more of a snooty school. It's like, no, it's only mathematics and science, and it's like a patriarchally driven sort of schooling system. I don't know, this is just coming through, and it's like, you know, maybe you want to be more in this space where it's like they can really flourish, okay, and, you know, it's an open-minded space. Page of Cups, 6 of Cups, like, you know, maybe even with, you know, I'm here at women's rights. Maybe, you know, really looking at the teachers is like, do they have, so let's go to Judgment. Yeah, because the teachers and they're the example for the children, right? And children will really learn from the teachers as well. So if the teachers are like prejudiced, I'm even here, God forbid, it's like, this is a problem. 8 of Wands here, Judgment. Yeah, and I feel like your child maybe is like, you know, that I keep seeing something with music. It's like trombone. See again, it's like they're destined maybe to be some creative, you know, even playwright, but they have a very particular maybe personality, and like if they grow up in a certain, you know, school system, that school system and the children there and the culture and everything, they may sort of like make it like kind of where this is dorky. It's like, no, this is not dorky. This is your child's like gift. So yeah, maybe you need a very particular sort of, maybe it's something tailored. You want to tailor your, you know, their learning environment. Maybe, you know, so this is something you got to maybe be very hands-on with, right? Right, you are cultivating your child's story in a way, right? And so, right, this is something that is hands-on. Okay, let's get further. Page of Swords. It's like you feel like you're training your child if you just take them to some, like, you know, school and you just throw them in there, you don't know what's going on, you know, so some of you want to put this person in this child in a very particular program, maybe even it is, okay, where it's like, maybe more expensive, but it's hands-on and it's extremely, you know, guided. Yeah, because I see your child, you know, I see that maybe they're very, very creative or artistic. Maybe there is even a high spectrum autism. Like, they're very, like, gentle as well, I see. It's like, you don't want them just being thrown around this rough house, playhouse, okay, randoms, you know, and then you don't even know the children. It's like, you don't know anyone intimately, and there's this gang, I'm hearing gang group-like mentality, so we don't want them in there, in that environment, okay, because Yeah, then they can really it's like they need to be their gifts need to be tended to, as everyone's gifts should be. The issue is when we're so-called adult, we become so-called adult, then we this by this point we have to move backwards. What were my gifts as a child that it's like, so this is the growing environment, very important. Then so this individual, I see, there's someone here who is not really like, was even like making fun of your child. Okay, yeah, this reminds me of my own upbringing. Okay, yeah, certain teachers. Okay, oh, your writing is too flowery. Okay, wait, yeah, like, fuck you. Okay, you're not gonna tell me what my writing is. You're not gonna tell me what nobody's writing is. Okay, who are you? I don't see you as no poet. I don't see you standing there, okay, doing some Pablo Picasso, moment, even with your poetry. So I mean, why are you telling this child who are they gonna be? Okay, something like that. Your child is an innovator, and they need to be given this free reign to, who's this Queen of Swords? Okay, it's something ironic. It's like, someone who's not a singer is like, critiquing, is like, I don't see, where's your Beyonce moment? I don't see you doing no one's homework even, okay, at that. You can't even do the children's homework. So how are you gonna be telling them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, your child, this is for someone, let's back up love and light to all, but these are the dark, shadow energies as well. Maybe something happened here where you're just like, that was the clue for me that I need to get my child out of here. Yeah, this is a very clear message again for some. And this person, maybe it is a very, even high-paying program, but it's not tending to your child's needs. Okay, so some of you really, I see you just, I'm going to do it myself here like this, okay? Yeah, I just see you saying, hands-on. I don't know, no. I'm not letting anybody step in here in between, how I know my child. I keep saying something about music. You see, with the violin? Your child is very gifted with this. Okay, there's something that they, and so, and they're clearly standing apart from other children here. I even see that in school, and but it's turning, I see like a white school bus. It's like, but then it's turning into like, they're kind of, the majority of children, so just because they're different, they have a gift, a talent, so they need to, it's not that they're like dorky. I feel like someone is making fun of them. That's not nice. So strength here, the base of the Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, where you feel like it may turn into that. There are not enough teachers who really understand your child or understand what it is that they need in their space. Yeah, this was very high vibrational, possibly. We're looking at indigo children here. Okay, what are we going to do? This is the future, right? We need a system that's going to actually apply to those who are not in the Matrix. Because, why would it be any different, right? The Matrix applies to everything, as it does with your relationships, with your diet, right? As we elevate, we need a new, let's clear it. Let's back and clear throat chakra. Yeah, I feel like maybe even there's a legacy or something. It's like, no, it's like, maybe it's college. Maybe you guys all, your family all went to Harvard, or your whole family went to BU, or your whole family went to, I don't know, Loma Linda, I'm here in high school, whatever it is. It's like, that, how do we say, Loyola Marymount, or UCLA, or the USB or UCB. It's like, but that is not necessarily, maybe your child is meant to break the mold. Maybe they're, so this is where you have to understand what's right, really, truly, for a child. Because, otherwise we're just kind of, cookie cutter, right? We're cookie cuttering, and they're not a cookie cutter. For some of you, maybe even like you find yourself to be quite eccentric, but then you're like, shoot, even my child is even more eccentric. So it's like, I gotta really keep an open mind. Let's back it up to your heart chakra. The issue in the Matrix is that, then people, the parents get all their ego involved, and it's like, oh no, what if they don't trust themselves to, maybe take this on. So, Two of Cups in the theme, some of you, maybe even there's another child, who's a really good friend with your child, and maybe you guys want to even, like, start a little program between them, okay? Maybe they can have their own, maybe you can homeschool them together, something like this, it can be, I see something like Hogwarts here. Interesting. So, there's something that, no, because I don't see that, maybe even, like, you got advice from someone, like a counselor or a teacher, and this teacher is, they don't know what they're talking about. And, of course, they're going to be partial. It's like, oh, no, it's like, what happens when you homeschool your children? They have all these horror stories. It's like, so, no, but I already see the horror stories right here. And, look at the news, God forbid. Love and light. Let's clear. I don't want to put my child there. I'm hearing again like this. So, for some of you, though, this is a very clear message. With the Two of Cups and the Hermit, it can also be a metaphor for some, right? Maybe this is where you want to place your inner child. So, and why should it be any different? Two of Cups here, Hermit, Nine of Coins, Page of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. For some of you even, maybe your child tested in and out of a certain school system. This is not about it, and maybe they got accepted somewhere, but then they're not wanting really, they're not clicking with that, but then for some, they're not really clicking. For some of you, there's a drug issue going on, even at a certain university, and you're hearing these horror stories. You're just like, I don't think that that's the right spot. You really should look into this because, certain colleges, okay, yeah, depending on where they're at, okay, what state, is it a super cool? I mean, yeah, for example, you read up on like Cornell, there's a big drinking issue because it's up in, upstate New York, and it's the majority of the time it's freezing, and then college kids, what are they going to do? They're going to go drink. So there's something like that. Let's go. I feel like I'm turning into a college counselor, okay, the Queen of Coins. No, but this is the message coming through. So this is something to really think about. The Wheel of Fortune at the base of the Two of Cups. Yeah, I'm seeing something is cold here. Something cold. Even the teachers have some drugs, something going on with the drugs. So yeah, research, Google like, okay, this university, what is the news on this university? Let's back up for some of you want to take your child maybe somewhere sunny by the beach, where they can maybe even still partake in the activities that they had partaken in the high school years. So maybe, for example, you don't want the environment to be so dramatic, okay? For example, the Hierophant here coming through, yeah. So some of you, like your child's very gifted with something here. It could be, whatever it is, but, you maybe want to just kind of make sure that, there's a consistency in how they're getting their needs met, right? Yeah, because any shock that's too dramatic, even too sort of like intense, okay, may it's going to be an issue, is what I'm saying. It's gonna be an issue down the line because, yet again, they're gonna need to fulfill that need somehow. And so maybe, for example, there's a nice activity, yet again, you have a good friend that your child, is already hanging out with, and maybe they can kind of even build like a group or something like that together, something like this. Maybe you want to create a program for some of you. So some of you really have it in you to do such a thing. Maybe you want to start your own, school program, even maybe it's something online, okay? Maybe it's homeschooling online. Maybe you can like do Zoom classes, and maybe you want to do this with other students around. Yeah, so let's go. Maybe it's like, for example, it's not a school that you go to. Okay, maybe most of the time you're spending at home with your family. And then, you go to, let's say you have moments where, okay, outside of class, then outside of so-called school, maybe via Zoom or however, with the other students, then let's say, you have meetups, okay, where you can go to the soccer field, and all the so-called kids and that, that's maybe actually even fucking funner. Let's think about it, because, I find school kind of like prison. It's like, all day you're there, and then you finally can come home to your family. It's like, that doesn't add up, you know what I'm saying? I never like school, and it's like, what are we all doing here like that? Page of Cups here, everyone. So I feel like, even like COVID has really, brought maybe this question further forward. Like, I feel a lot of people have taken their children out of school and they've decided, and some of you, see something about New York University, some of you here, maybe, it's also you though, you're like, this would be a good junction where I am also going to, let's say, maybe work from home now, or I want something where I can be, so, let's continue. Something around Halloween. We have an idea around Halloween. Okay, guys, we're going to take a break. We'll come back later. 11 light. We'll see you in the